Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today what I want to go over is your PS Plus Extra and Premium games for February of 2024. I think this is another great addition to the catalog, of course, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so like I was saying, let's get to those games that were added to the PS Plus Extra and Premium catalog for the month of February 2024. Let's start off here. Like I said, all good to great games here, I think. Starting off with Need for Speed Unbound. Now, this is a game where it had some critical praise, sometimes a little bit not, and sometimes yes. So it's a kind of middle of the road, but you know, there's camps that this is really a great game and entry as well. It spells the price point if you wanted to own this outright. But pulling from the blog real quick, with separate single and multiplayer campaigns, this latest addition in the Need for Speed franchise from Criterion Games delivers hours of electric, adrenaline-pumping racing action. Race against the time, outsmart the cops, and take on weekly qualifiers to reach the grand Lakeshore's Ultimate Street Racing Challenge. Pack your garage with precision-tuned custom rides and light up the streets with your style, exclusive fits, and a vibrant global soundtrack that bumps in every corner of the world. And as you can tell from the trailer that we're showing here, is it does have its unique artistic aspect to it, its own type of graphical nuance to it as well. I think almost like a mix of like cell shading and such like that, right? So I like the cross. I actually accidentally bought this game and have not even opened the packaging. It ended up in my cart when I was ordering something from Walmart online. Noticed it later, but it was at such a good discount that it was like, I swear, like $14. So I was like, well, why not? And it's a physical copy, so win-win there in my opinion. So yeah, definitely check this out. Heard good things about it. Eventually I hope to get to it because it was always on my radar. I thought it looked great and cool, fresh, all that stuff, right? So really good addition there. Let's move on to the next one, being The Outer Worlds. This is the Spacer's Choice Edition. This is where The Outer Worlds is a single-player sci-fi RPG from the developer of Pillars of Eternity and Fallout New Vegas. Lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound to the furthest edges of the galaxy, you will wait decades later to find yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy threatening to destroy the far-flung Halcyon colony. Explore the furthest reaches of space and encounter various factions all vying for power, and decide what kind of character you will become as your choices determine how the story unfolds. Now, I did play this game. I bought it in the original edition, not the enhanced graphical and everything you're seeing via the trailer here. But I was not a fan. 100%. I thought it was... I don't want to base it off of this here, but it was truly just bland. I thought the gameplay was okay, but it was just so mid. It was so okay that I grew bored of it very quickly. And I stuck with it regardless, and I believe I completed probably about 60-65% of it before I took a step back and said, look, why am I playing this? I'm not enjoying it, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that's not to say that my taste will be with the others. I know a lot of folks that really like this game. So when I say there's a lot of great offerings this month, I can still include this game as being a great offering because a lot of you out there who have played it, I'm sure can attest to the fact that you had a great time with the game. So I'm not taken from that, but personally for someone who does enjoy the Fallout series typically and enjoys the Elder Scrolls series typically and enjoyed Fallout New Vegas, this just seemed really middle of the road for me. So just kind of wanted to share that with you here, but let's move on now. A little treat for those that are JRPG fans, not only JRPG fans, but if you're a Tales series fan, I think you're going to have a lot to love this month if this subscription service stuff is your thing. Now, Tales of Arise, this is from Bandai Namco, of course, and it comes a new entry in the long-running Tales series, featuring a diverse cast of characters, an intuitive and rewarding combat system, and a captivating story. For 300 years, Rena has ruled over Dana, I believe, I can't remember which because I did play this game, but pillaging the planet of its resources and stripping people of their dignity and freedom. The tale begins with two people born on different worlds, each looking to change their fate and create a new future. Set in a lush world worth fighting for, Tales of Arise delivers a first-class JRPG experience. Now, I did play through this game pretty close to platting it, but didn't want to go for that grind towards the end, even though I really should have. I thought this was great. This is probably one of the best Tales entries that I have played in a long time, and I played quite a few of them, almost all of them. And truly recommend this game. If you have yet to play it, please do so. As a matter of fact, purchase this game. It is on steep discounts at this point in time as well, pretty often. So definitely check it out. Highly recommended. Like I said, a lot of good story, a lot of good gameplay, all that. My favorite since Tales of Symphonia. We will get there in just a moment. But real quick, we do, of course, get another Assassin's Creed game added to the list. This is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Become a legendary Viking warrior raised on the tales of battle and glory. Raid your enemies, grow your settlement, and build your political power in the quest to earn a place among the gods in Valhalla. Advanced RPG mechanics allow you to shape the growth of your character and influence the world around you, and so on and so on. So a lot of fluff here. Again, this is another one that I did purchase outright. I thought it was going to be the Assassin's Creed 4, the Black Flag of the PS5 generation and Xbox Series generation, where we had Black Flag from PS3 crossing over to PS4 and the Xbox One generation. This, in my opinion, was not a good step in the right direction. And again, I know a lot of fans out there that truly enjoyed this entry, but I feel like most Assassin's Creed games as of late, except for the newest one that just recently came out, not too long ago, is that they were just too bloated and there's just too much to do. It feels daunting. Not everybody wants to soak in 120 hours plus to complete everything if you're a completionist. At least if you're not an over-the-top Assassin's Creed fan, this is not going to be that stroke for you, really. But I still felt it was solid. The gameplay was solid, but it just felt lacking and just over-encumbered to me as far as every side piece, as far as trying to find your next objective to, I mean, it was just so much, but I mean, it's still, I think, a good entry, and I think there's a lot of you out there that would enjoy this, but for most of us, I would say that this was just kind of a, yeah, I'll play it, but then I'm going to get burned out in about 20 hours because I'm just over inundated with it, right? to pick the kindest words possible, but that's what you have there. And then, like I said, quick disclaimer once again, just I feel like I always have to mention this, is if I don't show the trailer during this video, it's because it's not one that I put on the highlight or that I highly recommend all the time. And some of the times I will say I recommend it even if the trailer is not there, so keep that in mind. But next, they added also Lego Worlds. This is kind of a real iffy game there. Again, not for everybody, has its shortcomings, stuff like that. But they did add Lego Jurassic World. I thought this game was phenomenal, especially if you are a Jurassic World, even semi-casual fan. I think you're going to enjoy a lot of this game. And who doesn't like a good Lego game if it's done right? And this is one of those Lego games that is done right, and I think it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed getting the plat for that game there. But let's take a quick look here. This is something that missed my radar, and we're looking at Roguebook. Roguebook is where you embrace the challenge of a roguelike deck builder with unique mechanics from the developers of Faria and Richard Garfield, creator of Magic the Gathering. So keep that in mind. Create a team of 2 heroes, each with their own cards and abilities. Combine their strengths to defeat over 40 bosses and enemies. Choose wisely from 200 cards, 80 relics, and 30 gems that can be combined. You will never play with the same deck twice. Now, as you can tell here, this seems to be real similar to, oh my gosh, what is the game that was real similar to this? Started with an S, and it's gonna skip my mind. I'm so sorry. I'll put the text up here right now. I feel ashamed because I truly enjoyed this game. I'm really ashamed I forgot the name off the top of my head, but you all know what I'm talking about. And it's real similar to that is what it seems to me. So I really would love to give this game a try or look into it. I didn't look into the, Metacritic reviews or anything else before making this video on this game. So I don't know how well that fared, but it truly looks interesting and it looks really solid. So how this passed my radar, I don't know. If you had tried this game out, please let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the game, of course. Then they added a game called Rogue Lords, where you play as the devil, and it's dark fantasy roguelike. all that good stuff here. And then here's where we're going to circle back around when I was talking about the Tales games and series. So they also are adding Tales of Zestiria, which I messed around with that one. That one was okay. It was okay. Not the greatest one, of course. And then they also added Tales of Symphonia. They are putting this in the premium package here because this is part of the classics. Now this does count as the remastered version. It is a little dated with everything. I was hoping they would do a little more. I didn't jump back into it, but this was my favorite of the Tales series. I think Arise might have taken that, crown from these guys. But, I'll have to jump back in and see if it really holds up and if I truly remember, or if it's going to be more of a, rose-tinted glasses, right? So really check those out. Again, Tales fans, check out Tales of Arise, and I highly recommend Tales of Symphonia. If you ever missed out on that, just remember, it's going to be a little bit dated there for you. And then, of course, we have Jet Moto 2 being added. We had Jet Moto 1 added not long ago. It was a pretty easy plat if you knew what you were doing. Not too hard, I wouldn't even say a little grindy there, but it kind of was, depending on what you were doing, right? And then, of course, they added Tales of Vesperia. Also tried this one out. I thought this one was okay. It's better than Zestiria, in my opinion. So there you go. Tons of Tales games to be added and played with here. And then the other one where I believe this was made by Ben Studio for the PS Vita. This is being added, much to my heart's delight, Resistance Retribution. Now, experience Resistance Retribution, originally released on the PSP, I'm sorry, not Vita, but PSP, and now enhanced with rendering rewind, quick save, and custom video filters. Fueled by vengeance, former British Marine James Grayson intends to destroy the Chimeran conversion centers at any cost. Enlisted by the European resistance, the Marquis has soon learned the Chimera have evolved a new method of converting humans. So if you do know me, I'm a huge fan of the Resistance series and have been begging every day for Insomniac or somebody to bring the series back, whether it be remakes, remasters, a new entry via prequel, sequel, whatever they want to do, of course. I think would be fantastic. So I've been begging. So this is better than nothing. This is at least I get a little something here. So for you Resistance fans out there, I know I can't be the only one. I see a lot of you out there. At least this is something, and I believe it should have a trophy list. So I can't wait to check into it, dive back into this game. Maybe Insomniac made this one. Maybe Ben was the Burning Skies one, I believe. So kind of retconning that a little bit. But yeah, I think those are all really solid titles. Really interesting titles. I think, the value, of course, is there, but I truly feel the value is always with owning the games. But if you already have this, and again, if subscription services are your thing, I think you have a lot of good offerings this month as well to try to get through. Again, we're going to have a lot of games coming out early March that a lot of us are looking forward to. Hello, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's going to be an amazing game, and a lot of us are going to be playing that, but here we go, right? So that being said, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you all. We'll wrap up the video here. Let me know what you think of the offerings today down in the comments below. That does help the algorithm, as well as every like if you do consider doing so. If you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing, helping out a small content creator like myself. And of course, we'll be back with some more Salt videos and other videos of interest as well. So thanks again. All your support's phenomenal. We are at this point in time 1,226 subscribers out of that 1,500 goal at the time of this recording, like I said. So thank you so much. We are just continuing to grow, and I can't thank you enough. Thank you. It makes my day, makes my week, makes my month, makes my year, honestly. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you next time on the next Xvault Gaming video. And until then, take care.